A winter storm warning is in effect here in Salem. Currently 36 degrees with snow falling, and as you can see, the snow is beginning to stick on the turf as well as up in the bleachers. This being the case, it's still time to play lacrosse. The lights are on at Donald J. Kerr Stadium. The Maroons are ranked number 2 in the USILA poll, the highest in the Division II, Division III era for this storied program hailing out of Southwest Virginia. The Maroons' first opponent of the season is St. Mary's. The Seahawks Roanoke have faced every year since 2004 and have only fell once. Hello, everyone. I'm Nick DeSanctis alongside TJ Kemper here on a glorious sunny day in sunny Salem, Virginia. TJ, what do you think is going to be one of the biggest issues here with this weather? Obviously, the turf covered in snow.
Yeah, it is snowing here in sunny Salem, and as the teams line up, you have to wonder how the snow and the cold are going to affect the players. You know, with ground balls, ball handling, shots, everything is going to be affected by this snow today. Stu
Wheeler and Charles Peace, the starting goalies today for Roanoke. As the two teams line up for a face-off, it will be Connor Dubois for the Maroons, Albert Mitchell for St. Mary's. Roanoke in the home whites, going right to left, switching up the bottoms, now black shorts as opposed to the white. You see Jeff Keating on the offensive end of the field trying to scrape the snow away to see where the restraining line starts. This is going to be interesting. St. Mary's and the Road Blues, they will go left to right. Dubois down to take the face-off. Really, he was 5 for 10 last season as St. Mary's, now rather Dubois jumped the gun. St. Mary's will control the opening possession as Mitchell comes ahead. The official's going to bring him back and make him do it again. That works out well for Roanoke. Dubois had to exit. Brian Ingold comes on. Doobie is the long stick midi as St. Mary's gets it in. 30 seconds to get it into the box off of your possession this season. Part of the NCAA rule changes, kind of slowing the game down a little bit, TJ, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, definitely. They're just passing around, trying to find their opportunity, and he's cutting in.
As he ends up dishing it off for J.P. Lennon. Lennon moving behind the net, covered by Paco. Lennon towards the far side, sends it out into the far alley. Obviously speculating, can't even see the lines. Mitchell moving towards the middle, unable to get a step on Ingold. Mitchell comes out towards the top, back on the near side of the line. Steep angle, plays it around to X. Mole behind the net, covered by Eric Long, turns and fires, and he sent that one wide. Ball trickles out on the near line, out of bounds. Being a shot, possession will stay with St. Mary's. They're using a yellow ball, which will definitely help with the visibility. One of those things, the backdrop being of snow, white on white on white.
Definitely, Nick. The whole field's covered in snow, and the yellow ball will definitely help.
Parsons heads off as part of a defensive midfield. McNeely comes in. Starters on defense, the Maroons, Paco, Geary, and DeLong. As this one fed through the middle, shot scores. John Delm, the attackman, able to find a spot right in the middle of the box, hesitated at first, then decided to take the left-handed shot. 1-0 St. Mary's, just over a minute in.
It seemed like the Roanoke defense didn't really jump on Dem, and as he faked the shot, he realized he was wide open, right in front of the net, took a shot, and he finished.
Peace, the starting goalie for the Maroons, 11.14 goals against average last season. Finished 13-3. Dubois will be back down for the faceoff. Bracken, the wing to the near side of the field. Doobie, wing to the far for the Maroons. Starting attack for Roanoke. Keating, along with Joey Coretti and Rich Lackland. Lackland now wearing number 19 as opposed to the normal 42. Off the face-off, possession controlled by Mitchell. As Mitchell steps from the left side, he's hacked at by Dubois. Mitchell holds, plays it around behind the net. Patrick Mull in the far alley, sends it further towards the top. As Long plays it further. As Taylor Cook cuts it on his right hand, tries to get his hands free. Geary stepped on. Around behind the net now, it's Mull. Mull wraps the crease along the far side, unable to get a shot away with the Long hacking at him. Turns back now in front with a shot. Nice save made by Peace down low. After letting the last goal, a big first save for Peace.
Yeah, that was key. Cook took it back, made a cut, passed to X, made a cut again, and couldn't finish that time. It was a great save.
As Bracken with somewhat of a weak shot, easily handled by Stu Wheeler. Wheeler outlets for Gordy Long, who moves ahead. Long picked up by Dubois. He steps in. He's hacked at from behind by Littner and took a shot that was high and wide. Sticked by a Peace as he gives it for Littner. Roanoke with numbers. Littner and Bracken moving ahead. Mitchell retreating quickly. Littner in over the line, near side Keating. Stops there, tries to go topside, finds nothing. We'll slow things down. Littner will head off in a change. Roanoke will look to get their first midi unit out of the game. Dubois holding straight out, part of a first midi group, which Pilot had told me would be Parsons, Bracken, and Dubois. Parsons wore number 50 last year, number 10 this year as a sophomore. Parsons goes down around behind, Coretti to the near side, now Keating. Keating looks in front, Bracken with a shot, and it looked like he got bumped from behind. Wheeler able to pick up the ground ball in the crease, but we have a whistle, and I believe a crease violation or a loose ball push.
It might be
it is a loose ball push call.
Yeah, you can't push from behind.
Roanoke will corral it in the far alley and look to start the offense. As Coretti brings the ball back into play. The near side Keating pass up and out of his reach. St. Mary's will take it back.
It's unfortunate, Nick, and you're starting to see the snow, the cold, the ball's wet. You know, it's all affecting the players already.
As TJ, you're a Northern boy who played lacrosse in high school. Did you ever play anything like this?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of games, especially in the beginning of the season. You start late February, early March, and you're playing in sometimes a foot of snow. It's all on the sidelines. It's pretty difficult.
We saw this 2 years ago after the big blizzard. Roanoke opened at home against York. The snow piled 6 feet high all around the field. Throw off the depth perception of the players a little bit. Roanoke escaped with a big win, though, over York and then later over Randolph.
The clear is successful, but I like how the Roanoke offense is really trying on their...
you saw a great ride as well.
Great ride.
As Seahawks starting up behind the net as Love sends it up the far wing. Cycled out to the top now for Lurch. Back to the far side for Fink. Fink down the wing, goes down around behind the net for Mull. As Mull
definitely
turns
slowing
back
it down,
X.
it seems like.
Roanoke, a real run-and-gun team. If St. Mary's can slow the tempo, can make things more difficult for the Maroons.
Yeah, let's see if the Maroons can adjust to this slow tempo here.
They saw it quite a bit last year, especially with teams like Hampton, Sydney, WNL. As a good poke check
And
by
it
Doobie,
pays
knocked
off.
it free. They dig for it. I'm able to find it from the press box. St. Mary's has it. McNeely lowers his shoulder, but we have a whistle and an illegal screen called against St. Mary's. Roanoke will get possession back. As Ingold quickly ahead for Jimmy McNeely. McNeely stops, moves towards the middle. Unable to find his shooting lane. Getting close enough, pulls it back. Gives it up for Drew Bracken at the top. Mike Hayden. Second middy's out for the Maroons. Hayden comes towards the near side. Honorable mention, preseason All-American was Hayden, making the move from attack back to midi, where he started his career at Roanoke. Hayden turns, fires, nice save made down low by Wheeler.
That was definitely a good cut from X. He's got to finish that, but it was a great shot. Good save by the goalie.
Hayden with great speed, able to move around. As St. Mary's looking to get the clear. They're successfully across midfield. A big hit laid by Kyle Smith. As Smith dropped him, ball free. Keating over after it, having trouble picking it up, as well as Smith. St. Mary's has it. As moving ahead, this is Fink. Fink up the right wing, hacked at by Paco. As he turns back towards the top. You saw right there the snow getting in the way of Keating trying to pick up that ball.
Snow is definitely affecting the ground ball today. It was almost like you're shoveling instead of making a ground ball.
Ben Love moving in the far alley. It's a familiar name. Out to the top for Lurch. Lurch covered by Kyle Smith. Dodges on the left side. Geary comes on a slide as the shot sent wide of the net. St. Mary's able to back it up and keep possession. Seahawks leading 1-0. 9:45 to go here in the first quarter. Snow in the forecast for most of the day, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. A winter storm warning in effect for the Roanoke Valley. Nice if we didn't have class tomorrow, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's crazy how it can go from 6 degrees and sunny to 8 inches of snow.
As Love from the far side with a shot. Nice save made by Peace. Peace looking to move ahead. Launch it to the near side. Braden Geary unable to camp out underneath of it. Ball loose near side of the restraining line. Geary rakes it back. Now comes up with it, wearing the brace on the right knee where he was injured beginning of last season. As Geary is able to get this one ahead.
That was a great GB by Gary. Pulled it back. Fooled the midi right there.
It's handed off now for Connor Dubois. TJ, it's hard to think I spent 2.5 hours at the driving range yesterday in shorts and a polo shirt, and we're here today, and it's snowing.
And now it seems like you need a winter jacket and umbrella because the flakes are so big.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. As Parsons down towards the right side. Roanoke looks to invert. St. Mary's leading 1-0. As Parsons comes towards the near side. Able to find Keating. Out to the top now for Dubois. Across for Lackland. Lackland steps in, tries to get free, protects the stick. Took a shot up high, and Wheeler able to stick that one down. Wheeler sent towards the far side. Dubois involved hard on the right, but look out. It's a 4-on-3 for St. Mary's. As Windsor brings it in with a shot, sent it wide. Backed up by Peace. He'll get possession back for the Maroons. Great hustle there by the sophomore netminder.
Wheeler and Peace are playing great today. Staying calm and cool under pressure.
As Peace sends it up the right side for Parsons. He's able to step past midfield. Parsons down the right wing alley. Combination of a swim and a roll as he sends it in front. Coretti lost it. He's bumped at. Lackland tries to shovel it home. They scrum for it in front of the net. It pops right into the stick of Parsons. Now Dubois. Dubois fires, scores! Connor Dubois on the board as he has Roanoke's first goal of the year. Ties the game at 1. Dubois had 7 goals last year to go along with 12 assists. Has his first tally of the year.
That first pass was a little low. It might be the wetness of the ball affecting that. Ball hit the ground. They dished it out to Dubois and fired a shot wide open in front of the net, top right corner. That was a great shot. And that's why you play college lacrosse, because you can hit those corners all day.
Can you hit those corners?
Yeah, of course. Give me a stick. I'll go out and play.
Max Satowski in on the face-off for Roanoke, the freshman out of San Clemente, California. And the official clears off the snow at the face-off X. After the whistle, Satowski digging for it. He's unable to get to it. St. Mary's raked it back as Albert Mitchell again. Mitchell plays it back to his goalie and Wheeler. Now to the near side it comes for Jan. Jan walking ahead. Shadowed by Lackland. As Lackland picked off the pass. Rather Keating in front. Lackland scores! What a great ride by Roanoke, able to force the issue.
I know, Keating just snagged that right out of the air. He didn't even see him coming. As
Lackland gets the tally, scored 58 last season, third highest total by a Roanoke College attackman since Steve Mason set the first two. His fellow Canadian. We can go back now, take a look at the replay. As he went back to Wheeler on the clear, the near side, Jan, I think he wanted to get it over top of Keating, who had him shadowed all the way. Keating able to pick it past him. Lackland.
Great shot. Wide open in front of the net. Let's see if Roanoke can get this face-off, and he does.
That's Satowski. The freshman turns back. Trying to shake free. They're locking up Ingold. Satowski trying to move it on the left wing as he's bumped. They wanted to split the defenders, but we have a whistle from the far side and a timeout taken by Coach Pilot. Timeout on the field. They're in a 2-1 game. Roanoke has to lead 7:23 to go in the first.
Roanoke College. Timeless and true. Smart and solid. Practical and professional. Making discoveries about yesterday. Creating visions for tomorrow. Lifted by a winning college spirit. Forging lifetime friendships with professors who prepare you for a place at the head of an operating table or another bright future. Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com.
Welcome back to Donald J. Kerr Stadium. Nick DeSanctis alongside TJ Kemper. Roanoke 33-10 on time in season opening contest. The last time they lost, 2008, against Cabrini. Roanoke leads this series with St. Mary's 10-1. St. Mary's last one was back in 2006 when they escaped 9-5. Pilot mentioned that to me when I was talking to him the other day, that he wanted to avoid that happening again. St. Mary's struck first. Roanoke has since answered. Connor Dubois and Rich Lackland with the tallies, each obviously their first of the year. Lackland coming off an amazing season last year, 58 goals. Dubois seeing his first action of the year, or the first action of his career, playing on the top midi line. He's out with Parsons, Bracken, and Dubois. Roanoke has since switched it up.
And Roanoke will start with the ball after Satowski won the face-off against Mitchell.
As in fact, there was a flag thrown It appears because St. Mary's has lined up in man-down defense. Roanoke has the man-up unit out. No word on the penalty. TJ, I didn't see a flag go down, did you?
No, I did not. But
Yeah,
side note, they are
see.
shoveling the lines on the corners.
And the snow's falling back over them. Those fellas are going to have a long day. Keating lined up at the point. On the man-up, Hayden to the right. Dubois to the left. Coretti in front. Mayberry and Lachlan are down low. Goal line extended. Still waiting on word of the penalty, which has been assessed to St. Mary's. Roanoke will go to the man-up. 7:22 to go here in the first. And as the officials waiting, so they want to clear off the snow around the crease.
Looks like it, Nick. Yeah, and in fact, they are waiting for the guy with the shovel to clear the lines.
Lights on here at Kerr Stadium. Still a pretty, relatively small crowd in attendance today. You can see the umbrellas popped up all over the stands, braving the elements.
Well, it is snowing pretty hard. I wouldn't mind, sitting back, watching the game online.
Or sitting up in a nice warm press box.
Yeah, it's great.
That's always a plus.
And most of the crowd has umbrellas. I think everyone does.
You'd be silly not to. Roanoke's next action will be on Saturday as they travel, the men and the women both, up to take on Salisbury University, a rematch of last year's NCAA semifinal. Salisbury coming up with a 16-7 win over the Maroons. Salisbury ranked number 1 at that point in time, ranked number 1 again this year, the defending national champions. The next home game will be March 1st, right here at Donald J. Kerr against Adrian College at a 4 p.m. start time. We'll have that one for you. And then after that, the Maroons will travel to take on Kenyon down in Orlando, Florida, a neutral site game. It's part of the Maroons' spring break trip. Then return back home, the back end of Roanoke College's spring break. That Sunday, we'll have number 2 Roanoke and number 3 Dickinson, in which should be a great game. Roanoke operating the man-up as Keating has it at the top. Goes to his right to Hayden. Roanoke man-up offense operating for the first time as they work it to the right, now to the left. Dubois going extended Lachlan, and again Dubois. To the point, Keating. Keating steps in, looked to feet in front, found nothing. Goes to Hayden, cycled now. Keating winds and fires. Save made down low by Wheeler. Big, juicy rebound taken by St. Mary's. They're going to drop it back in the crease for Wheeler, and he'll start up the clear. Trainer moving up the left side. Keating comes over to meet him at midfield as Trainer lofts this one ahead. DeLong was unable to handle it. Having some trouble as well was Mull. Peace over after it. As St. Mary's able to come up with it, Peace retreats back to his cage as Mull turns back, drawing the double team with the Maroons still a man up. On the near side, Gordy Long goes back behind for Mull.
Seahawks are doing a great job running out this clock right here.
Able to kill off the penalty. The goaltender can be your biggest penalty killer. As the penalty has expired, Mitchell releases from the box.
I don't blame Keating for taking that shot, though. It was a great shot.
He had an opportunity.
Wheeler has been amazing in the goal today.
As Mitchell moving down the left side. Back to 10-on-10 Lacrosse. In the far alley, Dem gets set up. Hayden on him. Doobie the long stick midi, along with a defensive midfield of Hayden and Dubois. On the near side is J.P. Lennon. Lennon gives it up at the top. Now down the left wing for Gordy Long. Long further to X for Mull. As Mull stops, goes back for Long. Worked on by Dubois. Turns with a shot. He sent it high and wide. Backed up by Mull, who comes up going extended. Sent in front. Shot and a stick save by Peace. Lennon pulled the trigger from the near side, and Peace said no. As they outlet quickly for Hayden up the right side. Hayden stops. He's joining the rush by Dubois. Now Parsons comes in off the bench. It's lost by Dubois. St. Mary's picks it up. Dubois spun it in his stick and put it on the turf. Long sends the near side for J.P. Lennon. Another offensive possession for St. Mary's as Lennon moves towards the near side. Goal line extended. 5 minutes to go in the opening period. 2-1 Roanoke. Lennon tries to dodge towards the front. Pacco says no. Parsons looming as he sends it out to the near side for Gordy Long. St. Mary's again slowing the tempo. Out to the top for Mitchell. As Mitchell stutters, now to his right. It's like he wanted to go further, but it's hard to get real good footing with the top of the turf.
Yeah, it's almost like you need snowshoes on the field out here today.
As around behind, Dem comes up the near side, bumped hard, shoved towards the crease. Delayed call coming, and it will be a crease violation against St. Mary's. Possession goes to Roanoke, and Dubois now down injured. Back to his feet, holding his left arm in. As Dubois heads to the bench, the Maroons will make changes. Off of the crease violation, Geary to start with it in the far alley.
I like the way the Maroons are setting up their clear right now. It's really spreading out.
St. Mary's is playing back, lining up their 3 attackmen across midfield, giving Geary time to walk up with it. He's now challenged, launches it inside, and has Hayden.
Nice pass across the midline.
Hayden coming up the near side. He's covered by Windsor. Goes towards the middle, taken on a bounce, and then lost by Colin McKenzie. McKenzie able to get it back at midfield and avoids the attackman.
And there you see the snow affecting the passes again today.
McKenzie, the freshman, in on his left hand, has no angle. Stops in his right hand, flips it out to the top. It's taken by Smith. Smith, Hayden, and McKenzie, the Maroons' second middies. As Smith goes down around behind for Reed Mayberry, the near side Keating. Looked to find Hayden in front, couldn't. Now Mayberry along the far side. Mayberry stops, looks to dodge in front, comes to the near side. Keating fires. A nice save made in front as the ball back for on the near side. It's picked up by McKenzie. McKenzie starting up behind the net. Turns back, looks to dodge in front, took the shot, and a save made up high by Wheeler. McKenzie, the freshman, a good dodge, able to get free in front. Not much of an angle. Is the ball free? Rather, snow being kicked up. Gosh, that's deceiving.
It did look like the ball. But that was a great save by Wheeler. That's one of my favorite cuts that McKenzie made from X. Quick question mark cut, and it's really hard to defend against that. Point him like right in front of you, and it seemed like Wheeler wasn't even phased, just defended it.
Wheeler transferred to St. Mary's from Delaware as Lackland moving ahead. He's with Keating. Lackland, the near side, Keating. Walking right in, took the shot, and a save made by Wheeler.
You saw that was the second steal in transition.
As Keating thought he was closer, the official says no. He said Mitchell closer to the ball when it went out. Possession back to St. Mary's. As Wheeler starting up behind the net, he's hacked at hard by Keating. Wheeler puts it through the middle. Ball free on the floor again as Jan lost it. Keating up with it, walking in, took the shot on an empty net, and he sent it wide. It'll be backed up by Lackland.
Another pass to the ground. As you see, the ball is wet, really affecting the passes today.
As Wheeler livid in net. That's the third time St. Mary's had a failed clearance resulted in a Roanoke shot. It's bit them once. Luckily not the other 2 times. Lackland brings it in from the corner. First middies out for Roanoke. Dubois not. Hayden taking in his spot. As Bracken dodges for in his left hand with a bounce shot. A save made by Wheeler. Ball free in front, picked up by Hayden. Turns, fires, and scores! Hayden on the board, 27 goals as a sophomore last year. That's his first tally of the year. The honorable mention preseason All-American candidate. Let's go back and take a look at the replay. Bracken came in on the dodge, free on his left hand. The shot left a big rebound. It was able to escape all the way out to Hayden, who was just kind of looming. Stepped in, free in front, advantage, Hayden.
That was a great shot right in the midst of a bunch of defenders, and he got hit while he was taking the shot. You know you're a true lacrosse player when you can make that shot every time.
That's Statoski able to win the face-off. Littner can't handle the pass. It's free on the turf, and now we have a violation, no whistle. Illegal procedure called against St. Mary's, playing without a stick against Babcock. Roanoke will take over. Ingold looking for the whistle to start play as he turns back and hands it off for Spencer Parsons. To his right for Bracken. Dubois back out now at the top middies. That's a good sign for Coach Pilot and the Maroons. Dubois has it, top right corner of the box. Stutters, dodges in on Babcock, looks to float it down in front as Mayberry got buried. He was unable to catch and turn and shoot.
Seems like the Salisbury defense is doing a great job by putting a hit. St. Mary's, sorry.
A little bit of a difference.
By giving a hit every time they're making a shot. That's a great defense right there.
They've worked very well in close in front of the net. As Lurch moves towards the right, he's covered by Parsons. Roanoke midfield unable to get off and change. Out on the defensive end. as Lennon moves behind the net, pestered by Paco. As a pass up over the stick of Babcock, unable to be kept in. Possession will go to Roanoke as we'll get a horn. The Maroons will bring out their second midfield line with 1:08 to go in the first. 3-1, Maroons up by 2. Tallies for Lackland, Dubois, and Mike Hayden. Roanoke gets the clear set up. They'll work with Bracken. He'll start with him in the far alley, arguably the fastest Maroon. As Bracken will carry ahead. Again, St. Mary's bunching up at the midfield. Bracken stutters, goes to his right, able to beat the right all by himself.
Sometimes you just got to do it yourself. Great job.
We saw Roanoke use that a couple times last year and just titled it the Bracken clear.
I mean, if you can do it every time, why not? Why stop?
It works. As down low, Lackland stick checked from behind, lost it towards the turf. Bracken, Lackland over after it. Now McKenzie going for it as it squirts up towards the sub box. The two go down in a heap and slide about 6 feet in the process. Still digging for it. Now McKenzie has it. McKenzie will move ahead. Both teams had gone after it. Has to wait for his offense to join him. McKenzie hacked at by Windsor. Is he trying to find some room to breathe? Able to get the swim dodge away. Sends it in front, hoping for a Lackland pass just out of his reach. Picked up by Trainer and launched down the field. 15 seconds to go. As Peace will watch that one roll out of bounds. We'll stop the clock at 14.3 in the opening period.
Yeah, JT Rowe just kind of threw it. Just getting it out of there.
Icing. As Paco has it along the near side.
Great
Able to step around his defender. Goes to Hayden along the near side. Hayden has 3 seconds left. Makes a beeline inside. Hayden holds, now fires from an angle that wouldn't have counted as he sent it wide of the net. Through 15 minutes, the Maroons leading the St. Mary's Seahawks 3-1. We'll step aside. Be back for the start of the second. Back for the start of the second period. Nick DeSanctis along with TJ Kemper. Teams have switched ends. Roanoke is in the whites going left to right. St. Mary's and Blues going right to left. Illegal procedure called against the Maroons. Is down for that faceoff again was Satoski. St. Mary's will start up a quick 6-on-5. As Long sends it down the right side. And Gold comes in off the bench for Satoski as he looks to find his man behind the net. It's Mull. Tries to dodge. Feeds it to the front. No angle there for John Dam. Already a goal today. Dam feeds it in front with a shot that's blocked down. Back behind the net, Geary will win the race to get possession back for the Maroons. Pulling the trigger on that one was J.P. Lennon. Looked like he sent it off of Geary. He was then able to go track it down. Roanoke will now have their first possession the second frame. Geary starts out from behind his own net. Slowly strolling up the near side. As part of the rule changes, the Maroons now 30 seconds to get it all the way up into the box. As Geary takes care of that with one pass. Rather, it went up over the stick of Dubois, taken by Trip Trainer. I don't know about you, TJ. It's awful hard to see the ball in the snow.
Yeah, definitely. And that 30-second rule definitely changes how you ride and do your clears. instead of rushing to get it across the midline in 10 seconds, you have 30 seconds to get it all the way to the box. Definitely gives you more time. You can relax, slow down the tempo,
down,
and make
cup
sure
of
you
coffee.
get it. Yeah.
As Geary sends it up the near side for DeLong. After Geary comes up with the cross turnover, DeLong racing ahead. Pennsylvania native stops, able to protect the stick. DeLong looking, draws the defender, sends it in for Parsons, who in turn pulls back. Now Dubois stutters towards the middle, holds up. To the near side now Parsons. Roanoke will get the offense set up. DeLong back to midfield as Bracken steps over. Parsons plays it for Bracken at the top.
Three turnovers, already in the second half. Definitely seeing the wetness of the ball. Second quarter. Affecting transition.
As Parsons looks for a lane, feeds it in front. Coretti with a shot, he scores! Coretti, a great catch, turn, and shoot. Finished with 31 goals last year, has his first of the season this year. As Roanoke a 4-1 lead, 13:25 to go. In the second period, going back to take a look at the replay, as it all started at the other end after Roanoke was able to force the turnover. As Bracken started with it at the top. Give it up for Parsons. Just looks in front. Coretti able to find himself all alone. Satoski back down on the face-off for the Maroons. Looks like Mitchell has the clamp.
And as I fed for, I just want to point out that St. Mary's has had a lot of possession time because they've been winning a lot of the face-offs today.
Hayden able to come up with the ground ball. A one draw for Satoski. As Hayden races in, turns back, look to feed it down low to find anything. Now to the near side, it's Reed Mayberry. Mayberry back for Hayden. And along for Kyle Smith. Smith with a big frame as he tries to ISO. Able to bull dodge past his man, feed it in front. Coretti lost it in close. Trip Trainer comes up with another ground ball as he gives it for Stu Wheeler. Wheeler on the clear ahead for Windsor. Windsor almost overtaken from behind midfield. Keating slid off sides. That'll be a penalty. Delayed call coming up against Roanoke as a pile stacked up at the side of the restraining box of Maroons and Seahawks. A shot taken by Peace. Keating going full speed ahead. Had to go down to stop himself. Slid and went across for 30 seconds. The Maroons will be man down. Keating heads off with a bit of a limp.
And possession will go to St. Mary's. Peace with the great save, but that's all you can really do in a play-on penalty like that.
Roanoke man down unit has Doobie and Geary at the top. Paco and DeLong are down low. The midi in the middle, Jimmy McNeely. St. Mary's works it towards the near side. Started in a 33, now shifting to a 1-3-2. As the ball dropped on the near side by Wilhelm. Paco over after it. Paco's cleared out. Geary after it, comes up with it. As Geary goes to midfield, but we have a whistle behind the play.
Late hit by Jeff Doobie, I'm guessing.
It's going to be called illegal screen against the Maroons, probably that hit. And now the official's going to take Doobie off. Doobie's going to go for an illegal body check. The Maroons now 2 men down.
Well, Jake Wilhelm and Jeff Doobie got into it, and Doobie just gave him a late hit.
McNeely will head off. Littner will come in. 6-on-4 offensive set. Now for St. Mary's.
And it looks like the Roanoke attack are setting up. If they get the ball back, kill the penalty.
Going to have to. Ingold will step on to attack to release down upon completion of Keating's 30-second technical. As Mull starts up behind the net. St. Mary's able to work it towards the top for Love. To the near side, now back around behind for Mull. Penalty to Keating has released. Ingold comes in. Maroons still have to kill the illegal body check penalty to Doobie. That's from the far side of the net back to the near goal line extended. It's Mull. Mull for Simon. Now an outside shot sent wide of the net. They're trying to pick the top corner. It was Lurch.
Looks like their man-up play is passing really fast, making the defense move their feet. Hopefully they'll slip and they'll get an open shot.
That's something you can consider, too. With a quick ball movement on this turf, all it takes is one defender to slip, and you're a man up.
Exactly. Plus the ball moves faster than your feet, so you can outrun the defense every time.
As Roanoke applying some pressure, Love has to send it down towards the far side as Littner is out after his man. Roanoke being aggressive on the penalty kill as it gets away. Going out towards midfield, Ingold over after it. Able to swat it past the line, or it's picked up by Littner. Littner ahead in the play. Tries to turn back as he wanted to send it for Dubois. Got away from Dubois and scooped up by the St. Mary's attack. We have a whistle and a loose ball push called against St. Mary's. Possession will go back to Roanoke.
Lucky break for Roanoke right there.
As Dubois starts it at the top and hold things up. As possession has released. Rather, penalty has released. Possession to Roanoke. Back to 10 on 10. Getting back in the game, set up at the top as Bracken goes down around behind. Maroons inverting as Bracken draws the double team, dodges to the front, dives with a shot. Wheeler able to make a save. Bracken trying to just wiggle his way in.
It was a good cut from X. Almost had it. Dove right in front of the net. Great effort.
I think he just didn't have as much of an angle as he thought he had when he tried to cut in.
It looks like he slipped a little bit, too. It was more of a slip than a dive.
As Hardy is hacked at. Gives it up on the right side. Schrauer.
Great ride.
Schrauer lost it. Had the stick knocked out of his hands. Doobie moving in. Doobie had one goal last year against Virginia Wesleyan. Doobie pulls up behind the net. Wanted to play it for Reed Mayberry. Lost it. Mayberry now tied up. Digging after it. Ball kicked into the crease where it will be taken by Wheeler.
Jeff Doobie had a great check on the stick and just knocked it right out of his hands. Can't get better than that.
To be a long stick midi for Roanoke as Parsons bumps his man. Will Lurch as Lurch comes to the near side for Oster. Oster down to the near corner for Patrick Mull. Mull covered by Eric DeLong as he moves through X. Slows up behind the net. Plays it up the right wing. Billy Schrauer sits with it. Goes further for Babcock. Back now for Schrauer. Babcock, Schrauer. Play catch as Babcock sends it down the right side for J.P. Lennon. Lennon further to X as St. Mary's. Working the offense, controlling possession. Oster trying to back down McNeely. Finds no room. Goes out to the top. Pass taken on the bounce by Babcock. 9.5 to play in the second period. Roanoke up 4-1. As Mull turns behind the net. DeLong on him. Gets it free for Oster. Now back out to the top. Babcock. Further on the right side for Schrauer. Schrauer tries to come in on Parsons, who turns him away. Around behind Mull. Mull again to the near side. Oster. Oster trying to take McNeely. Turns back, draws a double team from Geary. Pass somehow got through to Lennon at the top. Lennon back to the near side. And has it again. TJ, looks like St. Mary's really wants to try and dodge from the wings on the short stick, but the Roanoke short sticks have been up to the task as Schrauer again tries to get out on Parsons.
Well, they've been trying a little bit of everything. I mean, they have a lot of possession time, especially on this possession.
A stalling call on. St. Mary's ordered to keep it in by the officials. As a shot from the high slot taken by Peace, as Oster the one who pulled the trigger. Off the stalling call, right after the officials' arms went up, St. Mary's looked for an offensive opportunity. They were able to eat a good bit of clock. As in the middle, it's Peace, has a man coming behind. Able to avoid him as he comes up towards midfield. Smith able to get back over the line as Peace brings it ahead. As offsides. Then Smith came over, the Maroons are offsides.
Little confusion on the field. Everyone makes mistakes.
Coming up early in the season as well as Oster takes it down the left wing himself. Tries to come in on Smith. Good luck with that. As behind the net, we have a whistle and a stoppage of play. A timeout taken, I believe, by St. Mary's. And it is. 7:55 to go in the second quarter. Roanoke up 4-1.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com. For information or schedules on Valley Vision TV programs, visit us on the internet at valleyvisiontv.com. Remember, you're watching the Valley's only true local network, Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Welcome back to Donald J. Kerr Stadium. The snow has lightened up a little bit, though still falling. The field covered in white. At this point, campus covered in white. Our beautiful, pristine campus covered in snow on a Sunday afternoon in Salem. Hello, everyone. I'm Nick DeSantis, along with TJ Kemper. St. Mary's will operate out of a timeout. 7:50 to go in the second quarter. Roanoke leading 4-1 as Mull turns back, comes up the far side, hacked at by DeLong. As to the near side, wraps in front, shot, scores as Gordy Young was able to turn the corner on Colin Rosano, or rather Cam Ecker. As once he turned the corner, got free in front, and TJ, really the advantage that goes to the shooter.
Yeah, definitely. Becker made a great cut from X, drew his man, and Long took it, cut from X again. That repetitive cutting from X opens it up every time.
All you have to do is beat one man.
Yeah, once you draw the double team, passed off to the open guy, he was wide open right in front of the net.
Makes it a 4-2 game. 7:41 to go in the second. As off the stick check. Looks like both sticks are approved by the officiating staff. Bracken wing to the far side. Doobie to the near. That's down for the face-off for the Maroons is Satoski. He'll go down with Albert Mitchell, who has had success today. As off the whistle, sits at the X. Satoski comes up with it. Satoski moving ahead, feeds it across for Jeff Keating. Keating turns away from pressure, gives to Bracken as the middies will head off.
Looks like Mitchell thought he had it for a second. Might have saw like a clump of snow in his stick or something. Turn around and saw that Satowski had taken it, and a little behind on that.
Dubois has it at the top. Moves to his right. Wants to stay on his right hand. Now goes back to his left. Dubois trying to dodge to the front. Finds nothing as he's hacked at. Lost the ball, but it went right to Spencer Parsons. Parsons at the top. Breaks down the right side. Goes around behind to Mayberry and along for Jeff Keating. Keating and again Mayberry. Lachlan trying to get free in his office in front. Mayberry goes to the far side for Keating. Out to the top for Connor Dubois along for Bracken. Bracken stutters, tries to drive it on his right hand. Turns back as he found nothing. Goes across for Dubois. Dubois stutters, rolls back in. Sends it down in front. Lachlan all alone. Backhand shot, and he lost it. Free towards the far side. Lachlan over after it with Keating. Lachlan has it. Backs down his man. Took the shot. Save made down low by Wheeler. As Lachlan is knocked in the crease from behind, it will be a loose ball push call against St. Mary's Hardy. Possession to stay with Roanoke.
Lachlan's stick was almost a blur on that one. He had like 7 fakes, tried to backhand shoot it.
As we watched him last year a couple times, it looks like the goalie just wants to give up after a little while. As Parsons drives it on the near side. Goes down around behind for Mayberry and along for Keating. Keating from behind the net. Backs down his man. Keating turns back looking next. Goes in front. Lachlan with a shot. He sent it just wide. Backed up by Keating. Maroons keep possession. Is at the top, Connor Dubois. Starts the top left corner of the box. Goes on his left hand. Unable to find any room on Gordy Long. Now does. Comes in. Sidearm shot. He sent that one high and wide. Again, backed up by Reed Mayberry.
Dubois kind of took it himself that time. Beat his man. Great man. If you can just beat your man every time, take a shot like that, do it. Even though you miss, do it every time.
Lacrosse such a unique game in the sense that you can control possession the entire game and still take shots and score.
That's true. Even though if you score, if you have a good man on the face-off, like Satowski, and he wins every time, you can have the ball the entire time.
As that shot sent wide from Dubois, backed up by Keating. The Maroons now will make a midi change. Satowski, the freshman, started off slow. I believe he's won 2 of his last 3 faceoffs. As that to be one of the biggest question marks for the Maroons this season was faceoffs. When I talked to Coach Pilot, he had said, yeah, we lost 2, but if you look down the list, the other 2 guys that did faceoffs last season were Trey Keeley and Hammernick, both seniors. As Smith comes in on the right side, now sends it down around behind. Mayberry along for Jeff Keating. As they go free in front, Lachlan with a shot up high. Save made by McKenzie. Rebounds kicked out. Bracken in turn is buried. A big hit comes from Kyle Smith. As Smith's hit should have been a penalty. Looks like the Maroons will get away with one there. It is called a loose ball hold against St. Mary's. Possession back to Roanoke. As Smith, a dangerous play with some of the new rule changes. As he came in, it looked like he caught him up in the helmet, which anymore is considered a legal body check where you serve 1 minute full time, a non-releasable penalty. Instead, a loose ball hold called against St. Mary's. Roanoke will keep possession. Going back to the faceoffs, you see Tim O'Brien sitting down in front of us. Did well as a faceoff guy for the Maroons, along with Greg Kanzadian, who were both gone after 2 seasons. So Tuma took over the faceoff duties last year. Roanoke trying to find somebody new this year. Smith unable to pick off the pass. Ball free on the turf as now a flag comes in and a second. As I believe this is going to be against McKenzie for a hit from behind. Looked like he slipped and went down. We'll see what the official call is. Looks like McKenzie's going to go 1 minute slashing.
That's what it looks like, Nick. Going back to the face-offs, I think Satowski has done a great job so far. Besides the score, obviously, face-offs and ground balls are the most important statistics out there.
Actually, Satowski has won 4 and lost 2.
Not bad, just for starting out.
Especially as a freshman.
He's only going to get better, too. Especially as a freshman.
Roanoke will go back to the man down. Again, McNeely in the middle. Doobie and Geary up top. Paco end along or down low. St. Mary's unable to capitalize on their previous man-up opportunities, including a 6-on-4 offensive set. As the Seahawks work at the top. 4.5 to go. In the second period, St. Mary's trailing 4-2. Along the far side, Simon tried to send it out in front. It skipped back in close, and they score. A man-up goal for Will Lurch. As he was able to squeak past McNeely in front, put that one in the right side with a right-handed shot. On piece. That'll make it a 1-goal game. 4:25 to go in the second. Satowski again in on the face-off with Mitchell.
And the penalty is released after that goal.
Yes. Back to even up. As St. Mary's was down, that should be a hold on them. And it is.
Roanoke ball.
It's part of the new face-off rules. They added in the down and now the set and the go. You also can't hold the clamp for an extended period of time. And it looked like, well, now the hold call is going against Roanoke. As the official's going to come over and explain everything.
Well, that's right, Nick. You can't clamp because if the ball gets stuck in the cross for too long, gets stuck in the equipment, turn of possession. And
if you do just hold the clamp, as we've seen happen so many times, they will call you for holding. Which I thought was what we were going to see there. Instead, a loose ball hold against Roanoke. St. Mary's getting set up in the offensive end as Taylor Cook goes all the way out, wants to try an ISO with Ingold. Doobie ready to slide. As he forces the issue, it's given up now for Gordy Long. Hacked at by Doobie, Long the near side. As Mull moves free behind the net. He's covered by DeLong. Mull back to the near side, going back and forth. Now sends it up the wing. To the top now, it's Albert Mitchell. Mitchell worked on by McNeely on his left hand. Geary comes on the slide. As Long now moves to the top right corner of the box, hacked at by Doobie. Down the right wing alley. Gives it up towards the top of the restraining box. As it's played along through Mitchell, down to the near side for Taylor Cook. Cook bumped that by Engel. You see races all the way out to the top.
St. Mary's is slowing down the tempo again. It looks like it's getting to Roanoke's defense a little bit.
3 minutes to go in the first half of play. Roanoke up 1, 4-3. To the top, Gordy Long to the near side, Mitchell. Down around behind for Mull. Mull still worked on by DeLong. As he dodges, tries to come up the far side of the crease. Finds nothing. Mull to the near side. Sends it free. Shot sent wide of the net. Will be backed up by St. Mary's. Pulling the trigger there was John Dowd. Backed up by Lennon.
That was a great effort by Peace trying to come out of the goal after the ball went wide, trying to get it. Characteristic of a good goalie.
As Mull will pick it up behind the net to bring it into play. Wouldn't be surprised to see the officials put a stalling warning on St. Mary's here shortly. As Mull gives it up for Gordy Long. Long stops, had room to turn his left hand, didn't see it. His pass escapes Mitchell and comes down towards the other end of the field, overrun by St. Mary's, then picked up by the long stick, Mitchell McShane. As McShane's pass got through a few before it hit Dammel on the right side. Dam steps past Geary, he's in. Keep it in call against St. Mary's. 2 minutes to go as a pass fed out in front. Comes all the way through. St. Mary's touches it. It should be stalling, and it is. As Mitchell just swatted at it, McNeely will start up. He's moving ahead with Ingold. The Maroons have numbers if they hurry. The pass for Ingold. He reaches out, unable to take it with one hand as Ingold comes in, pops a big hit. Free in front. Coretti with a shot, and he sent it wide of the net. Backed up by Reed Mayberry. Clock stopped at 1:50 to go. Mayberry will bring it in from behind. The Maroons bring out the top midi unit. Mayberry turns to the near side, gives it up for Keating. Keating for Drew Bracken, along for Spencer Parsons. Parsons at the top. Goes in on his left hand, able to escape 2 defenders. Looks for a lane, finds none, goes around behind for Keating. Keating looks to the front for Coretti, lost it as he went to dodge in towards the crease. Mayberry then bumped off of it as Traynor takes it. Traynor bumped to the ground by Dubois as his pass is picked up as a ground ball inside. Got to roll away from a hit there was Tidwell. They got away from Parsons. Tidwell moving ahead up the right side. St. Mary's with possession and 1:10 to go. As Mull sends it down around behind. As Tarrant comes up the near side. Poked at by Braden Geary. It's Tarrant for Long. Further to right for Lurch. Now down the alley. It's Eric Simon. Simon pestered by Paco as he turns and plays it up high for Lurch. Lurch covered by Parsons. 42 seconds left in the second period. As Lurch tries to get free from the top, took a shot. Sent it high and wide. He backed up by Mull. Mull brings it in, clock down to 35. St. Mary's looking to tie up the score, heading to the locker rooms for halftime. As Mull bumped at, and a flag comes in, a penalty coming up on Eric DeLong. As DeLong going to get called for a push with possession. He'll go for 30. 27.4 seconds left. And we'll go back to the man down. St. Mary's 1 for 3 on their man up.
Roanoke has 4 deep holes out there as their man down. Let's see if they can hold him for 27 seconds.
McNeely again will come in as the short stick in the middle.
Best possible scenario, they take the possession from St. Mary's so they don't start with it next quarter.
As if no one scores, there will be 3 seconds of run over time. As Love gets it up towards the top. Lurch turns back as Doobie was out on him. Roanoke very aggressive on this penalty kill. As Cook turns back. Along the far side with a shot save made by Peace as he sent it wide to the net. Clock stopped at 4.4 seconds to go. St. Mary's still with it. Get a horn. No substitutions, though, being made. We'll see if St. Mary's looks to go to the goal or just eat it. Looks like they're content to eat it. Paco over after it. Now McNeely comes in as well, unable to force him out of bounds. That will do it for the first half of play. The teams will head to the locker rooms in a 4-3 game. St. Mary's will open with possession as we start the third quarter. 4-3 game from Kerr Stadium. We'll be back with a recap of the first half and start of the third quarter.
Roanoke College. Timeless and true. Smart and solid. Practical and professional. Making discoveries about yesterday. Creating visions for tomorrow. Lifted by a winning college spirit. Forging lifetime friendships with professors who prepare you for a place at the head of an operating table or another bright future. Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Beautiful is the only way I could describe Roanoke's campus. The Blue Ridge Mountains offer a breathtaking backdrop to historic brick buildings and sprawling walkways. From the moment you step on campus, you can't help but notice Roanoke's friendly atmosphere. The cozy layout of campus encourages a tight-knit sense of community. Walking from my dorm to class takes no more than a few minutes, so getting places is never a hassle in any weather. The traditional architecture of the buildings and arrangement of campus around two main quads gives Roanoke a classic college feel. During any time of year, you can find students hanging out on campus. Roanoke is so comforting and welcoming that it's virtually impossible not to feel at home here. My favorite place campus is the bench under the bell tower because it's a great place to relax or read a book.
I love the campus here at Roanoke. When I first visited, it felt right to me. It's the way I picture college in my mind. There are lots of classic-looking buildings with big columns, brick paths, and lots of big, old trees. I like the way the older buildings convey a sense of history, and the newer buildings reflect that style, but are more modern. My favorite spot on campus is the front quad in front of the admin building because I really enjoy the open spaces here. During the warmer months, everyone is outside studying, throwing a football around, or just hanging out.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com. For information or schedules on Valley Vision TV programs, visit us on the internet at valleyvisiontv.com. Remember, you're watching the Valley's only true local network, Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7.
Beautiful is the only way I could describe Roanoke's campus. The Blue Ridge Mountains offer a breathtaking backdrop to historic brick buildings and sprawling walkways. From the moment you step on campus, you can't help but notice Roanoke's friendly atmosphere. The cozy layout of campus encourages a tight-knit sense of community. Walking from my dorm to class takes no more than a few minutes, so getting places is never a hassle in any weather. The traditional architecture of the buildings and arrangement of campus around two main quads gives Roanoke a classic college feel. During any time of year, you can find students hanging out on campus. Roanoke is so comforting and welcoming that it's virtually impossible not to feel at home here. My favorite place on campus is the bench under the bell tower because it's a great place to relax or read a book.
I love the campus here at Roanoke. When I first visited, it felt right to me. It's the way I picture college in my mind. There are lots of classic-looking buildings with big columns, brick paths, and lots of big, old trees. I like the way the older buildings convey a sense of history, and the newer buildings reflect that style, but are more modern. My favorite spot on campus is the front quad in front of the admin building because I really enjoy the open spaces here. During the warmer months, everyone is outside studying, throwing the football around, or just hanging out.
Welcome back to a snowy Donald J. Kerr Stadium. Director of Buildings and Grounds out on the field clearing snow. Athletic Director Scott Allison, Assistant John Farmer, all out shoveling off the lines. Should make this a little bit easier to see the lines, the restraining lines, as well as the attack box cleared off, and the wings, the midfield line, in addition to the sidelines as well, clearing off the sub-box areas. In addition, as we get ready for the second half and start of the third quarter, taking a look at St. Mary's scoring. Lurch, Dem, and Long, each with one. Patrick Mull has the only assist for St. Mary's. Lackland, Dubois, Hayden, and Joey Coretti have all tallied for the Maroons. Spencer Parsons has 2 assists. Roanoke outshooting St. Mary's 22-19. 11 saves for St. Mary's. Stu Wheeler, and some have been great. 7 for Charlie Peace. A big number that stands out to me, TJ, is the face-offs. And what was going to be such a question mark for the Maroons, they're 5 of 10. Each team has won 5. We've seen Satoski really take over that. He's 4 for 7. Dubois came out, took the first 2, then Satoski came in. 4 of 7 after Dubois was 0 for 2. You have to think Coach Pilot's going to stick with him throughout today.
Yeah, he probably will. Face-offs is such an important statistic, and with losing the 3 main face-off guys from last year, it's really up in the air. And Satoski has definitely taken the role. He's adapted, and he's right in it, and I think he will only get better.
As St. Mary's will have possession, as they finish the half with possession while they were a man up. Penalty, though, has released. It's back to even up as Ingold released from the box. On the near side, J.P. Lennon moving with it. Lennon smacked that by McNeely as he moves towards the top. Gives it up there for Gordy Long, who plays it across for Mitchell. Mitchell drives down the left side, rolls back out to the top for Gordy Long. Further now for Cook. Cook on the right side. He wanted to pull the trigger, found nothing. Able to escape Littner momentarily. And pass it along for J.P. Lennon. Lennon comes up from goal line extended. So he wants to stay on his left hand. McNeely forces him to his right. Tries to back him down. McNeely shoves him away. St. Mary's takes it out to the top. And this is Mitchell. Mitchell near side, Gordy Long. Long coming in, took the shot, save made down low by Peace. Comes out towards the near side. Ingold over after it will get possession for Roanoke. As off the horn, the top mid-line for the Maroons will come out.
Peace is such a great goal. He knew it was going bottom right from the start, just converged in that corner of the goal, and easy block for Peace right there.
Peace set career highs in saves, 4 of his last 6 games played. Going back to the ODAC tournament through the NCAAs. Came up with, I believe, a 22 save performance in the quarterfinals against Stevenson as Bracken comes up on the clear. Able to get it for Dubois, who's in turn stripped at midfield, unable to find it.
A little confusion on where the ball was right there.
as Mole came up with a loose ball. Mole coming down the near alley. Poked at by Bracken. As Mole down around behind. The near side, Simon. Simon, unable to find anything, goes to Mitchell at the top. Further along for Gordy Long. Long, spin dodge on to Hayden. Now goes around behind the net. Paco struggles to pick him up. Wrap around try. It's in. They score. A game tied at 4. I believe Gordy Long, the one who was able to turn and tuck it in. 13:05 to go in the third of a 4-4 game.
One of my favorite moves from X. You know you're going to shoot it. You want to get that little sliver of an angle. Just rip it.
Well, the other thing we saw was once the ball went to X, Paco came around the near side of the cage, and Long dodged up the left side, making it more difficult. Satoski down the face-off. Doobie going to the far side, Bracken to the near. As they're down on the clamp, which Mitchell had. Ball free towards the far side. Doobie over after it, comes up with the GB.
And a play
Doobie
on.
finds Bracken. Look out, a 4-on-3 quickly in. As Bracken hacked that, comes for Keating with a bounce shot and a save made. Rebound, score! Rich Lackland. Wheeler made the original save. Lackland, though, able to scoop up the rebound and bury it in the back of the net. His second of the game. We can go back and take a look at the replay. Starting on the faceoff, it looked like St. Mary's had the clamp, TJ, but it's not always about who gets to it first. It's about who gets to it later.
That's true. There was a little confusion right in the beginning, and then there was a full-out sprint to the side. And then Roanoke comes up with it.
As Bracken found Keating. Really, that's Keating's office. Tried to go low left. The save by Wheeler. Rebound, score, Lackland.
The stick skills of the attackmen are just amazing in college.
Roanoke also having one of the best attack units in the country. As Satowski able to win this one ahead. Sprints towards the box, comes to the near side for Keating. Now in the slot, Hayden with a shot, he scores!
And you can see how the face-off is affecting the game now.
Hayden gets his second tally of the day. Satowski, another face-off win, another goal for Roanoke, as Hayden goes right over to congratulate Satowski.
Not the traditional fast break right here, but whatever works.
As when Satowski stepped in, his pass to Keating was a little high. Thought that may have slowed down the rush, but Hayden making a beeline just towards the front of the net.
Satowski's got to be feeling pretty good as he lines up again.
Satowski going down with Priugini. The official getting them set. Satowski popped it ahead again. He's held up, comes back and wins it. Another face-off win for the freshman to the near side. Ball got away from Hayden. With no pressure, he'll take his time to pick it up.
He's got 30 seconds, Nick.
As Hayden goes out to the top for Spencer Parsons. Parsons covered by Babcock. Goes further along for Hayden. Bracken. Bracken in on the right side. Goes down around behind for Cray to the near side. Now Jeff Keating. Keating for Lackland in front, who's buried. As that will be a loose ball push call against St. Mary's. Possession to stay with Roanoke. Bracken starts with it towards midfield near the sub box as he walks in over the restraining line. Dodges towards the middle. Look, tried to send a pass in low. Lackland caught it one-handed, turned to shoot and then lost it. But we have another whistle and another loose ball push against St. Mary's. The Maroons will take it again.
I mean, these are good calls by the refs, but sometimes as a defender, you don't know who has the ball. If you think he has it, you gotta hit him.
Bracken will give it to Parsons as the Maroons offense will go to work again. 6-4 score, under 12 minutes to go in the third. Parsons from the near side is given his left hand, doesn't want to take it, now does. Parsons with a sharp angle with a shot, and he sent it wide. Curetti will back it up for the Maroons. St. Mary's will make 2 changes to the defensive midfield. Curetti brings it in from the far corner. Curetti around behind. To the near side now, Jeff Keating. Keating to the top for Spencer Parsons. Pass goes up over his stick. They scrum for it at midfield. It's poked back into the offensive end. Good work, I believe, by Geary. He's able to swat that one ahead. Now Hayden has it in the box. Hayden moving down the right side, covered by Mitchell McShane. Hayden turns back, has Bracken at the top as he plays it on. Bracken, the stutter step, drives in with a shot. Looked like that one partially blocked. Somehow found its way out of bounds behind the net. Hayden, the closest to it.
Pretty good cut by Bracken, just a little stutter step to the left. And he was open, so he took the shot. Good play. Just a little wide.
As Bracken standing with it behind. Bracken looked to roll it on the crease, found nothing, comes to the near side. Now goes back up towards the far side. Bracken bumped that from behind. Looking to move it. Gives it up for Hayden. Hayden goes down low for Parsons. He's unable to handle the pass. It comes in on Stu Wheeler. Go to the near side from Mitchell McShane. As he sends it away. Ball knocked free as Keating was able to pop it out of the stick. St. Mary's takes it back. Keating shoulders his man to the turf, and the ball will be picked up by Spencer Parsons. A clean shoulder hit thrown by Keating. Keating goes down low for Lackland. Pass is blocked. Free on the turf. St. Mary's up with it. As Parsons bumps his man late and up high, that'll be a penalty. St. Mary's coming ahead with a flag down. Delayed call coming up against Roanoke.
Parsons just being a little aggressive on that ride right there, which has helped the Maroons in the past, but
as Tidwell has it knocked out of his stick by DeLong, Peace will scoop it up and will get the call.
Parsons will probably go to the penalty box on this one.
Called for cross-checking. Parsons will sit a minute. St. Mary's back to the man up. They were 1 for 4.
And
all those opportunities coming in the second.
Roanoke with the only team with penalties in the box today. The score might be a little different without those penalties, but they happen.
Roanoke man down, unit up as the snow again beginning to fall here in Salem. And with a comm theory test tomorrow, I'm really hoping class gets canceled. As the St. Mary's man up goes to work. Under 10 minutes to go in the third. Clock down towards 9:50. A 2-goal game. Great check thrown by Doobie able to knock the ball free. Play on call. Illegal procedure against St. Mary's. Playing without a stick. On Lurch, Roanoke will take it. Geary knocks the snow off the ball. Picks it up. And plays for DeLong behind the net.
And Roanoke will get the ball again as their defense has played amazing on man down. St. Mary's is only 1 for 4 on their opportunities with man up.
That's good work by Peace. Able to get the ball for Hayden, who steps down into the box.
Let's see if they can kill the clock here.
As Lurch was playing with his free hand, almost got popped for legal procedure again. As Hayden gets set up behind the net, St. Mary's slow to double team. As the Maroons have Smith coming out of the box. Parsons still in a knee. Smith will carry it in behind. Coretti set to release. As Coretti has released. Penalties expired to Parsons. Back to 10 on 10. Smith for behind the net. Lowers his shoulder. Sends it out to the top. Keating looking things over. Tried to feed it down low. It's popped free. St. Mary's then overran the ground ball. Smith with it. Goes to Keating. Keating across. Pass over the head of Hayden. The snow looks like it'll slow it down and keep it in bounce. And then unable to come up with a ground ball was Tripp Trainer. McKenzie over after it for the Maroons as well, and he has it. His pass over the head of Laughlin. Smith comes away with it and moves down the far alley. Smith's pass high. Hayden able to corral it as he goes long for McKenzie. As McKenzie goes down low, Lackland. He's bumped, tries to get it free, has Coretti down low, backhand shot, and getting a piece of that, I believe, was Wheeler. Delayed call coming up. It will be a crease violation against Coretti. A nifty move by the Michigan native to go to the backhand. St. Mary's starts up. Lackland bumps his man towards the line. Doobie finishes him off, but he's able to keep the ball in bounds, at least momentarily. With the pass sent out over the end line, Roanoke will get it right back. DeLong to start up from his own end. Goes to Peace in the middle. Peace to the near side for Paco. Has Dubois up the wing as he's able to find him. Dubois into the box. Stutters tries to move towards the top. As he's switched on to and gives it up for Drew Bracken. Bracken for Dubois. Dubois goes in front. Coretti with a shot. He scores! Coretti has his second goal of the day. That'll put the Maroons up 3 at 7-4. 7:39 to go in the third quarter. Let's go back and take a look at that one on the replay. Bracken, or rather Dubois, had his man switch on and then rotated free.
Dubois gets the ball back here, cuts to the left, quick pass to Coretti, right in front of the net. Great attacking right there.
A quick turn and shoot illegal procedure there against Satoski as he jumped. Ball will be left at the X for Gordy Long. Long steps in, plays it towards the near side for J.P. Lennon. Lennon gives it up back now for Long. Long goes out to the top. Pass taken on a bounce by Taylor Cook. There's Cook in. Goes to the backside with a shot that's sent high and wide by Long. Backed up by Lennon. Seahawks still with possession. That's Patrick Mold behind the net. Poked out by DeLong. Ball comes up along the far side. Now turns back. Still hacked at by DeLong. With the snow falling, the lines that were so nicely cleared off at halftime are almost invisible again. As a turn shot, looked like blocked down in front. Peace trying to find it. Scoops it up in his crease. That's Gordy Long pulling the trigger. Peace goes up the far side for Braden Geary. Now inside Ingold. Ingold across midfield. Good speed. Ingold racing ahead. Bumped at, hacked at, taken down. That'll be a penalty. Flag comes in. Penalty against St. Mary's. It's going to be Windsor. So they get him for a slash or a push. Roanoke will go man up for the second time today. Couldn't capitalize on their first opportunity. The officials over talking it through.
Maybe a little confusion on what exactly the penalty was.
What it was. It looked like it could have been a slash or a push. That's what they're trying to figure out, if it's going to be a technical foul or a personal foul. Slashing 1 minute. Roanoke 60 seconds now of man-up time. 6:38 to go in the third quarter.
Let's see if Roanoke can take advantage of this man-up opportunity. They've had very few of them today.
Just one. Hayden will start with it in the top right corner. Hayden and Dubois on the wings up top. Keating at the point. Down low is Lachlan and Mayberry. Coretti in his office in front. Dubois has on the near side to the point, Keating. Down the right side for Hayden, and now Mayberry. Mayberry back for Hayden. Looks to the top, goes to Keating, the near side, Lachlan. Down around behind now for Dubois. Dubois looking to feed. Comes to the near side, now to the top for Keating. It's fed in front. Turnaround shot from Mayberry, sent wide. Dubois over after it, able to get possession back as Wheeler just about lost it coming out of the cage.
We see this similar quick passing offense on man up as we do with St. Mary's.
That's Dubois. The skip pass to the top. Keating, the near side, Lachlan. Fires, scores! Off a nifty bounce shot in front. Tucked it up into the corner. Lachlan, his third of the day. 8-4 Roanoke. 6:06 to go in the third. Let's go back and take a look at that one again. As Dubois was able to bring this one in from behind. He skips it out to the top, and it's a great look by Keating. If you can freeze it right there. And if we can go back, thank you. Our technical director, Reed Hall, is the best. If you look, it goes out to the top for Keating. The defense rushes out, and he's able to find Lachlan still open on the near side. Even with a stick in his face, able to pull the trigger.
Shoots it into his man. Bounces it top right corner. Great shot.
Just around him. Satowski wins another face-off for the Maroons. As Roanoke will make a midi change and get the first midi unit out. Hayden out running with this group as opposed to Dubois. As Mayberry will send it out to the top for Drew Bracken. Bracken stutters, breaks to his right. Able to draw a quick slide from St. Mary's as he now turns back, feeds it in front. Shot, score! Lachlan again! 4 on the day for the Canadian. 9-4. 5:34 to go.
That was a great read by Bracken to see Lachlan wide open right there and for him to take that shot.
So anybody take a look again. Bracken wanted to iso with his man. Was somehow able to find it in close. as he just ripped it in front. Lackland has been able to shake free. As we have a whistle and a timeout on the field, St. Mary's going to talk things over. Timeout Seahawks, 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Roanoke up 9-4.
Roanoke College. Timeless and true. Smart and solid. Practical and professional. Making discoveries about yesterday. Creating visions for tomorrow. Lifted by a winning college spirit. Forging lifetime friendships with professors who prepare you for a place at the head of an operating table or another bright future. Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Welcome back to Donald J. Kerr. The Maroons have exploded up to a 9-4 lead. Clock stopped at 5:34 of the third quarter. Snow still falling.
Snow still falling, and the groundskeeper's still shoveling.
Satoski down on the faceoff again with Mitchell. As Mitchell able to pry that one free and ahead. Doobie is quickly on him, though.
First faceoff win for the St. Mary's in a while.
Has been Satoski, had won 3 straight before that. As Mitchell breaks down around behind. As a pass down low. Ingold after it. So dig for it in the turf. Ingold able to come up with it. Goes ahead now for Satoski. Satoski past midfield. It's a 4-on-3. A clean break for Roanoke. Because now Babcock coming back to elude it. He's able to get a great stick check in. On the back check. Took it away from Satoski. It pops out though. And Dubois out of the sub box has it. Dubois looks for a lane in front. Couldn't find Lackland, who was open right in front of Stu Wheeler. As the hold call comes in, Roanoke will slow down. Dubois moving down around behind the net, covered by Mitchell McShane. Breaks up towards the far side. Turnaround try in close, and a flag comes in. As buried in the front of the net was Dubois. A loose ball, now a loose ball push call is called against St. Mary's. Let's see if they serve time or not. The official's walking over towards the scorer's table. We will see. As is it me, TJ, or is that an illegal body check call coming in?
Looks like it, Nick.
Hasn't been relayed to the table yet.
Well, the refs are still talking about it. Maybe a little confusion on the call.
This one had called loose ball push. The other threw a flag.
Roanoke seems to think that they'll get some time on here since their man-up offense is already out.
Man-up unit is on the field for Roanoke. A penalty against Chip Trailer. Unnecessary roughness for a minute. The Maroons man-up will go back to work. Able to tally a Lackland man-up goal just a few minutes ago. As behind the net, this is Keating. Keating draws the defender, kicks it far side for Mayberry. Out towards the top for Hayden. Roanoke operating a 1-3-2 in their man-up as opposed to the normal 3-3. Behind the net, Keating. Far side Mayberry, now to the top for Hayden. They flip. Dubois still with it, goes down low. Keating with a shot, he scores! No angle on the shot. Keating able to rip that one home. His first goal of the season makes it 10-4. 4:10 to go here in the third quarter.
You see how that quick passing has definitely helped in this play. Loosen the defense off of Keating a little bit, just enough for him to get this lefty no-angle shot right here. As they flip it,
Dubois still with it. Didn't look like anybody really fell for Hayden.
And
allowed Keating, though, to cycle up from X, just sitting goal line extended.
Keating's man was a little late getting to him, just enough time for him to make that no-ankle shot right there.
Wing and Doobie the wing. Satoski jumping on the faceoff.
Satoski will come out.
McNeely on to complete the defensive midfield. As J.P. Lennon takes it down around behind and gives it up for Mull. Ball goes up the far wing for Gordy Long. Long to the top now, Mitchell. Mitchell plays it out of the box for Taylor Cook. As Cook comes in on Doobie, gets a pick. Smith switches on. St. Mary's plays it down around behind for Mull. Goal line extended along the far side. Now Gordy Long. Long worked on by the short stick Jimmy McNeely. To the top it comes now for Mitchell. Mitchell comes in on Smith. Smith gave him a bump. Mitchell turns away. Goes for Mull behind. Mull covered by DeLong. Has a step to the front. Sent to the near side. Had Dim been able to get a stick on it, he would have had half an open net to shoot at. Comes up with the ground ball. He's bumped out of bounds. Penalty coming up against Smith. As Smith caught him, looked like on the back part of the shoulder, which you can't do. Push with possession on the Maroons. St. Mary's goes back to the man up.
And Mitchell with that shot earlier, I'm not even sure if that was a shot or a pass. It looked like a shot that was checked and sent out of bounds.
Roanoke man down for 30 seconds. Clock stopped at 3:11.
Roanoke's defense has done really well in the past with man down situations.
Killed off all but one penalty today. St. Mary's 1 for 5. That's Doobie aggressively checking Cook. With Roanoke operating in the man down. Cook stops with it. Roanoke will let him go all the way across as he tries to make the star pass. It's completed for Ben Love. As Love's pass then out of the reach of Mull. The snow, though, slowed it down. Kept it in bounds. Mull steps past McNeely. Sends it in towards the middle with a shot set high. Off the stick of J.P. Lennon. Penalty has released. Back to even up.
Mull to Lennon with a shot right there. First shot in this man-up opportunity.
I believe that one even came after it expired. As Ingold has released over midfield. It's on the near side. It's Will Lurch operating. Lurch stutters, tries to go topside. Good check by Doobie, held him up, and he's then turned cleared out. Jimmy McNeely came in and popped him. Yeah, looks like a delay of game call against McNeely for holding him down. I believe the call there from the far side official.
St. Mary's gets it back after Lurch gets taken out.
That's Lurch along the far side. And dribbles a pass down around behind for Mull. Mull has had success taking DeLong today. As now he lost it as he tried to switch hands. Scoops it back up. Mull out to the top for J.P. Lennon. Lennon back for Mull. On the far side, and again now Lennon. Lennon covered by the short stick, Brian Ingold. He goes down around behind. DeLong will switch on. Lennon up the near side. An uncontested shot. Looked like Peace got a piece of it.
Wide open shot, Nick, and Peace. Just phenomenal goal. He doesn't even get phased, just blocks it out.
Pulling the trigger on that one was Cook. It's kept in along the far side. As behind the net, pass tipped as it tried to come out. McNeely up with the ground ball. We whistle behind the play. And a loose ball push against Ingold. St. Mary's will have another opportunity to work on the offensive possession. .123 to go in the third quarter. Roanoke up 6. It's 10-4. As the official trying to locate the ball.
Hard to see out there in an inch of snow or so.
Forecast earlier called for 2 to 4 inches.
My guess is St. Mary's will try and bring it back out to Patrick Mull, who's been a lead offensive player for St. Mary's today, just initiating everything.
Slipping and going down was Lennon. Roanoke able to come up with the ground ball as Paco flips it for Peace. Peace escapes down around behind. Comes the near side for DeLong, who's looking things over. Has some time and some space.
Great ball handling by DeLong as he catches that one high.
As Parsons has it up the far side, able to avoid the ride. A successful clear for Roanoke. 40 seconds left in the third. The Maroons post a 6-goal third quarter, and they might not be done yet.
Let's see what Bracken can do with it.
And he plays it for Hayden down the right wing alley. Pilot wants to hold.
Maybe wait out the clock a little bit. Don't give them an opportunity to score.
Probably not dodge until 10 seconds to go or so. As Hayden going to walk around behind. He has a short stick on him. It's Tyler Cook.
Hayden sitting at X is about to cut. One of my favorite positions in lacrosse.
Less than 10 seconds as Hayden skip past near side Parsons. Looking things over. 4 seconds. Sent down in front. It's free. Lackland tried to pull the trigger, and it looked like his stick was checked. It weakly went in on Wheeler, and that'll do it for the third quarter.
It was a great stop by Windsor right there as he intercepted it.
Through 45 minutes of play, the Roanoke Maroons leading the St. Mary's Seahawks 10-4. We'll be back. The face-off to start the fourth.
Roanoke College. Timeless and true. Smart and solid. Practical and professional. Making discoveries about yesterday. Creating visions for tomorrow. Lifted by a winning college spirit. Forging lifetime friendships with professors who prepare you for a place at the head of an operating table or another bright future. Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com. For information or schedules on Valley Vision TV programs, visit us on the internet at valleyvisiontv.com. Remember, you're watching the Valley's only true local network, Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7.
Welcome back to Donald J. Kerr as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter. Grounds crew back on the field trying to clear things off. Satoski in on the faceoff to open the final frame. Roanoke 44-8 all time here at Donald J. Kerr is another win for Satoski. As he basically stood up Mitchell. Doobie came in to take the ground ball. Doobie then lost to Satoski as he went to go off on a change. Satoski going to launch this one all the way across. Paco has to stay on sides. Now he can go over as Hayden was able to stay back. Ingold, the man back down for the Maroons. As Coretti has it, able to take the hit and stay in bounds. Great work by Coretti as he finds Hayden in the middle now across Bracken. St. Mary's defense is caught up high. Bracken moves in. Looked like he wanted to pump fake, then lost it. The St. Mary's man had lost his stick inside. Lackland over after the ground ball.
Hard to see the ball, Nick. You can almost tell where the ball is from the reactions of the players.
As Lackland is tripped up, no penalty. And that's basically what I'm following. Can't see the ball as Mull comes down the near side, hacked at by DeLong as he turns back. A shot gets sent all the way through and wide. Possession will stay with St. Mary's. The Maroons defense will get organized. Ball out on the sideline, so Roanoke is able to get a horn change, bring out the defensive midfield of McNeely and Ingold. Den will bring it in from the far side. Out to the top corner for Gordy Long. Long along now for Mitchell. So St. Mary is down 6, TJ. I'm not sure that their slow, deliberate offense is going to be the way to go.
Yeah, they might pick it up a little bit, and it seems like they are right now.
As they dodge to the front, that shot sent high out of the cross of Tarrant.
One thing that's helped Roanoke, a big statistic right now, is the clears by period. Roanoke's 11 by 11 in this game so far.
Well, that was just the first half.
Just the first half, Nick.
Just the first half, 11 for 11. St. Mary's really had some trouble as an outside shot sent wide of the net by Patrick Mull. As it's backed up, sent back in front, and they score. As Gordy Long able to tally to make it 10-5.
Just closing the gap a little bit.
As TJ going back to the clears, your current stat, Roanoke is 15 of 16 in clears. St. Mary's 10 of 12. Here in a 10-5 game, clock stopped at 13:30 of the fourth quarter. Tatowski and Mitchell again to go down for the faceoff. Tatowski, the 5'10 freshman. As they get set at the faceoff X, down after it, Tatowski tries to turn free, kicks it to himself, and comes up with another faceoff win for the freshman. With a man on his back, goes across to Doobie, who steps across the timeline. Doobie in the middle now for Hayden, as Bracken and Parsons will come out to operate with Hayden here on the first midi line. Bracken has to take the bounce pass off his chest, scooping up off the snow.
Good handle.
Bracken moves down around behind. Using his speed, comes up towards the near side, looks to feed it out in front as he got buried on the play. The pass was blocked. Stu Wheeler out with it behind the net. Wheeler lofts it towards the far side for Mitchell McShane. Back to the near side. Nice grab by Trainer. Trainer stops. Back to his netminder and Stu Wheeler on the near side of the crease. And it's Wheeler up the right side for Mitchell McShane again. He stopped and hacked at by Keating. So the pass for his man coming out of the box. Great heads-up play. He's able to find Babcock. Babcock moving up the right wing. Looks down, feeds it down around behind. As Mull sends it up the right wing alley for Gordy Long. So Michigan offense set up as Long able to step in. Dishes it around behind for Mull. Pass up over his head, and that will go out of bounds. Rourke will get possession back. St. Mary's looked like they thought they had it. Packett will start with it from the near corner. 12:13 to go. In the middle now for Charlie Peace. Roanoke clear will slowly advance. Peace to the near side for Connor Dubois.
Easy Roanoke clear.
Maroons have really been able to get through St. Mary's ride today.
And
all
they've
but
been
one
riding
time.
them pretty hard, too, on their clears, which has
sure.
made it very difficult for St. Mary's to even get it across midfield.
It's fed in front for Creddy. Dives into the crease. Is it in? They score. Ruled as a good goal.
Coretti with the diving shot right there.
Coretti's third goal of the afternoon. 11-5. Roanoke has the lead. 11:50 to go.
Almost a Mikey Powell-esque shot right here. And he's wearing number 22, really fitting the role right there.
Let's go back and take a look at the replay quickly. The play really started behind the net as Coretti had to catch, fight through traffic, and really just launch himself in the air. Either that or step into the crease.
I think Syracuse might be looking at Coretti now.
Oh, jeez. He's a senior. He has no eligibility left. As Satowski comes up with a face-off win. Popped out of his stick right to Doobie. Right place, right time. Gets Roanoke the face-off win. As Doobie has Smith cutting in late. Pass up over his stick. And it will not make it out of bounds. The snow slows it down. Smith dives after it. Got the stick. As now Coretti lowers his shoulder. Lackland up with it. Lackland for the trailer and Dubois. He looks back for his extra man as Doobie's heading off. McKenzie to come in to complete the midi line for the Maroons. As McKenzie takes this pass on a bounce, having some trouble with it. The snow has turned the number 2 team in the country into the 4th grade team I coached last spring. As McKenzie with a left-handed shot, he scores! McKenzie getting his first career goal. And the freshman makes it 12-5.
Great outside-the-box shot, or at the end of the box, actually.
The officials didn't even know it went in.
Not even sure if that went under his stick or a little to the right of it.
Bottom right.
Hard to tell, but yeah, it looks
Looked like
bottom right.
McKenzie, the left-handed shot, moving to his left, able to bring the stick all the way across his body. And tuck that one bottom right on
Looked
Stu
like
Wheeler.
Stu Wheeler had the save on that one. I was surprised when the refs called it a goal.
Or were you surprised when it crossed the line?
Both.
Okay. As Mitchell able to come up with the face-off win, then lost it. It's taken by Colin McKenzie. McKenzie going to try and turn the corner on the near side. He quickly runs out of real estate. Goes to DeLong in the middle. DeLong, man on his back. Pulls up. Comes to Paco on the near side. Paco has his shoes covered in snow from the near corner. Goes out now for Connor Dubois. Dubois coming down the right wing alley. And an offensive call from the sideline.
Looks like he's going to get it to X and try and run from the play from there. Or he'll take it to X.
Takes X, now goes to the far side. For Lackland, Roanoke going to an open set. As now McKenzie rotates down to the crease. 1-3-2 set up for Roanoke. Lackland out on the wing. St. Mary's being very aggressive.
Well, they do need the ball with only 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left, down by 7. Ball now on the stick of McKenzie along the near side. Eaton White. McKenzie stutters, rolls back to the near side as he's bumped. Tries to get free on his left hand. Stops, face dodges to the inside, and he's just pummeled to the turf. Ball came free in front. Lackland's unable to get there. Up with this is Hardy. Hardy up the right side. Able to make two Maroons collide before he's stood up by Coretti. Ball pops free. Still free. Now St. Mary's takes it as another Seahawk goes down. Oh, my, this is interesting. As Geary goes to step across midfield, and now we have a whistle. A loose ball push called against Roanoke. As Gordy Long sends to the near side for Matt Tarrant. Tarrant will step into the box as things now become a little bit more organized. As Mull behind the net, poked at by DeLong. Mull goes up the far side for Ben Love, and Love further for Will Lurch. Lurch stutters, tries to get through the middle. Dubois on him. Paco now switches on as it comes for Ben Love at the top. Love shattered by Ingold. As he races to his right, DeLong quickly comes on. Pass down in front is knocked free. Ingold then overran the loose ball. And Doobie's the one who comes up with it. Doobie for DeLong. A long lead pass is going to come up short. Longstick having trouble with it. That was Hardy. Hardy gets it on second effort. Gives it up on the near side for Trip Tainer. Trainer to midfield. Corralled by Long as he steps over. Gives it up for Ben Love. Back now for Long on the right side. Long racing down the wing. Bumped at by Ingold. Runs out of room. Sends it down around behind the net. As Mull comes up the far side. Mull stops. Bumped at by DeLong. He defended him well on that play. They cycle it again for Max, and Peace got a piece of it as it went wide. Ball stays in bounds. As pulling the trigger on that last shot was Long. The snow really, TJ, allowing for more ground balls. There hasn't been as many balls going out of bounds. As trying to back his way in is Dim, and Paco just says no. A pass gets free towards the far side and out of bounds. Possession back to Roanoke.
Yeah, the snow definitely slows down the ball with the snow. Another thing, St. Mary's offense, they've been rushing a little bit, and it seems to be hurting them.
Well, you're taking a team out of their element as well.
Yes, exactly. You're playing Roanoke's game right now.
As Parsons, the swim dodge, able to get past Tarrant. Parsons moving down the left side. Turns back as he's poked at. St. Mary's looks like they'd chase Parsons all the way out into the parking lot. As Dubois at the top. Tries to race past his man. Sends it in front. Lackland stick check nicely. Great timing play as Keating able to avoid the check, and the man comes in front. Lackland with a shot and a great save made up high by Wheeler. As now Lackland ended up falling into the crease. Not really sure how you can see the crease, but a crease violation called against the Maroons.
Just lost his footing a little bit as he thought he had the goal. Threw it right into Stu Wheeler's net right there.
Now, I'm not sure why the whistle was blown dead. Normally a crease violation, a play-on situation. Delayed call.
Not sure. Ball might have hit the ground afterward.
A free clear for St. Mary's as Gordy Long takes it from the top.
And we'll see how their rush offense works out for them this time around.
7:35 to go. The Maroons, number 2 in the nation, leading St. Mary's 12-5 as that pass goes out behind the net. Possession back to Roanoke.
St. Mary's offense getting a little frustrated, it looks like.
Geary will bring it in for the Maroons. Goes in the crease to Peace. That's Peace to the near side for Paco. Paco looking for space. Hits midfield and gives it ahead for McNeely. McNeely turns back, content to somewhat slow the tempo.
Yeah, the roles of the offense have almost reversed, with Roanoke taking their time as they try and kill out the clock a little more, wait for their perfect opportunity, and take a shot to extend the lead a little more.
As opposed to St. Mary's, who now wanted to run that offense. With a big lead for Roanoke, they're forced to be more opportunistic.
They do. They have to take every opportunity. The first opportunity they get, they have to take it.
As Parsons has it on the left side.
Just passing around the outer perimeter right now.
As Roanoke really in just an open set. No one on the crease.
St. Mary's defense is playing a little far out.
They're trying to face guard most. They're leaving the backside open.
Really wide man defense will allow for Roanoke to get some inside shots right here, I believe.
There's a quick stalling call coming up against Roanoke. Maroons have to keep it in. Which will be interesting, TJ, because I don't know about you, but I can't see the restraining lines.
That is true.
6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. A 7-goal lead. Hayden comes up the outside on what I imagine is the edge of the box.
Looks like the ref is marking it with his
Looks
position.
like he's kind of following it himself. Yes. As Hayden comes to the near side. There, you can see the official on the near side holding his arms out to simulate the line. Good work by the officiating crew today, battling through the elements as well. You know they're cold.
Not sure if
pass for Parsons.
Not sure if he's helping himself or the players with that, because I think it's hard for them to even to see.
It's hard for the players to see. It's hard for the officials to see, and we just can't see anything.
Up here too.
As a pass along the far side, Dem had it knocked away. Geary's over after it. Trying to utilize the long stick. Coming up with that, though, is long stick Hardy. Hardy's pass down around behind for Babcock. Will stay in bounds. Thank Mother Nature for that one. As a pass to the near side for Patrick Mull. Mull out for Tarrant. Tarrant covered by Paco. As he just gives it up to the top. This is Will Lurch moving to his right. Lurch for John Dem. As Dem stutters. Got around Bracken in front with a shot. He sent that one wide. Piece out after it. Though Patrick Mull was closer. Mull to bring this one in from behind. Clock down towards 5:05. Roanoke still up by 7. He's trying to turn back his long. Long in front with a shot. He scores.
And Long with the quick roll dodge, getting that quick goal that they really need with under 5 minutes left in the game.
Long's second goal of the afternoon. Makes it 12-6. Roanoke still has St. Mary's doubled up.
But with the way Satowski has been winning these faceoffs and the way that Roanoke's been keeping the ball on the outer perimeter on their offense, I'm not sure if St. Mary's can get the ball enough times to catch up.
Mitchell and Satowski again down at the faceoff X. Satowski pops it ahead and wins it. Satowski goes to Ingold. On the left side, Roanoke again will slow the tempo. Ingold drawing the double team while he's waiting for reinforcements, then lost it along the far side. As they dig for it, Smith over after it towards the sub box, comes up with it there. Smith plays it back to Geary, now to the near side, launches it for DeLong. The Maroons are onsides as Smith stays back. DeLong cuts towards the inside. Drew the defender and found Dubois for on the far side. Dubois steps in, another stalling call quickly on for Roanoke. The officials forcing Roanoke to keep it in with 4:20 to go in the game and a 6-goal lead. Smith will take this one in behind as he's bumped at by Mitchell. Smith up the far side, looks for cutting McKenzie on the near side, couldn't find him. Smith will just go back around X, now gives it up for Colin McKenzie. The freshman out of the midfield line with Dubois and Smith.
Just running it back and forth behind X. This is the same play my team used back in the day.
To be honest with you, TJ, I think it's almost generic. Kill the clock.
It works, yeah. Run it behind X. Even if you have a pass in the middle, you usually don't even throw it.
As McKenzie is dumped, and again, quickly back up on his feet. The official
team, but he keeps it.
The official had reached for his flag, then pulled it away. Then McKenzie lost it out of bounds.
Unfortunate for McKenzie right there.
As we saw there, Stu Wheeler had come out of the goal to play defense, allowing St. Mary's to start a double team and potentially a triple team. Roanoke's ride will lock down Wheeler. Starting with it is Hardy. Hardy from the far side, hacked at by Keating. Has to get around him. Hardy just launches it. Had a man coming out of the sub box, couldn't find him. Geary able to knock down the loose ball, tries to poke it ahead, unable to maneuver around with the long stick. As now Paco comes in, dumps his man. They continue to bump behind the play.
A lot of hits out here today.
As now dumped from behind on the play is Doobie. A loose ball push call coming up against St. Mary's. I was watching to see if that escalated anything more.
Doesn't look like it.
Nope. Roanoke will keep possession as Doobie jumped up, not overly happy that he had been slammed from behind. 3 minutes to go. Roanoke still up 12-6 as Parsons carries in behind. Parsons from the far corner. Moves through X towards the near side. Parsons with Babcock on him, goes to Bracken at X. 2:39 to go. Stalling call not on. Roanoke can go outside the box. As Wheeler out of the net, St. Mary's will try and double. Bracken to the near side, Parsons. Behind the net, now Hayden. Hayden one-on-one. He would take the blow, dropped his stick, got it right back up with the ball still in it. Hayden looking things over as he's double teamed.
There's a consistent 2 or 3 St. Mary's defenders behind the net trying to get this ball right now. Roanoke doing really well keeping it.
As Parsons pass loaded everyone, it's taken in the crease by Wheeler. Wheeler just launches it ahead, a Hail Mary pass. Just a long swat at it, couldn't come up with it. Mull has it. 1:55 to go. As Mull up the far side, puts the brakes on, turns back towards the near, sends it out in front. A shot and a save made by Piecing close on Dem. Piece will launch this one ahead up over the stick of Brian Ingold, corralled by Trip Trainer. Trainer back over midfield for Gordy Long. Long got it free for Babcock, the right side, as he was checked from behind by Ingold. Babcock covered by Bracken. Comes up the near side with a shot, and he sent that one like off Piece or off the post.
I think that was Piece right there with the great save.
And then went to chase it down. Sends it behind the net. Geary will take it on a hop.
No goalie in the net right now.
Doesn't matter. Net for Ingold. Ingold for Bracken across midfield. Bracken across for Jeff Keating. Keating went down low for Lackland. Pass was blocked. Lackland has it back, flips it for Bracken. Unable to take it. Bracken turns and fires one. He sent that one wide. Winning the race will be Stu Wheeler. Possession back to St. Mary's. 1:01 to go. As Wheeler flips this one up the near side for Tarrant, who in turn lost it. Ball free on the turf. St. Mary's has it. This is Gordy Long. Long back across midfield. A mistimed jump there by Cook. Left the ball sitting in the snow. They can't find it. Don't see that every day.
Offsides on St. Mary's.
And now St. Mary's goes offsides as Love crossed over midfield.
Cook was a little confused on where the ball was. Love bailed him out, but didn't realize that there were only 2 men on his side.
Dubois has it down the left side. Down to the final 30. Roanoke has to keep it in. Dubois makes a move for the goal, now turns back. Turns and fires one, getting a piece of it. Was Wheeler, as Creddy came up with it. Tried to turn, send it in front. Couldn't because the pass, I thought because the pass was tipped, Roanoke could bring it out of the box. The official says otherwise. Defense will fall back as Hayden had grabbed it at midfield. St. Mary's brings it ahead. Down to the final 15. As Tarrant down the right side. Smith just buries his man. St. Mary's wants a penalty at this point. They're not going to get one. As no, there is in fact a flag thrown on the play. Smith will go. Unnecessary roughness, 1 minute penalty assessed to Kyle Smith. Stops the clock at 6.9 seconds left. St. Mary's 1 for 6. On the man up today.
Roanoke's defense is doing really well on that man down.
As St. Mary's holds on to it along the near side. 3 seconds now, 2 and 1 as the shot gets sent into the snow. The horn will sound, and the Roanoke Maroons open the 2012 season with a W. 12-6 win over St. Mary's. Roanoke out shooting St. Mary's in the contest 40-34, including 29-18 in shots on goal. Maroons are able to kill off 5 penalties as well. Really helping them to victory. The biggest number that stands out is the face-offs to me, TJ. 14-8 in favor of the Maroons with face-offs.
Yes, Satowski did a great job as an incoming freshman, just adapting to that role. Roanoke definitely needed it. He took it on, and I think we're going to see a lot more of this in the upcoming season and the next 3 years.
Oh, for sure. Satowski won 13, lost 6 today to go along with 9 ground balls. Maroons were led by Rich Lackland, who opened the season where he ended the last one. off at a torrid pace so far. 4 goals in the first game on 11 shots. 6 ground balls as well for Lackland. Creddy finished the game with 3, the second leading scorer for the Maroons. We'll step aside, be back to chat with Roanoke head coach Bill Pilot, and hang out with our final thoughts. We'll be back after this.
Roanoke College. Timeless and true. Smart and solid. Practical and professional. Making discoveries about yesterday. Creating visions for tomorrow. Lifted by a winning college spirit. Forging lifetime friendships with professors who prepare you for a place at the head of an operating table or another bright future. Roanoke College. Classic for tomorrow.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com. For information or schedules on Valley Vision TV programs, visit us on the internet at valleyvisiontv.com. Remember, you're watching the Valley's only true local network, Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7.
Beautiful is the only way I could describe Roanoke's campus. The Blue Ridge Mountains offer a breathtaking backdrop to historic
Mitchell plays it back to his goalie and Wheeler. Now to the near side it comes for Jan. Jan walking ahead. Shouted by Lackland. As Lackland picked off the pass. Rather Keating in front. Lackland scores! Gives it up at the top. Now down the left wing for Gordy Long. Long further to X for Mull. As Mull stops, goes back for Long. Worked on by Dubois. Turns with a shot. He sent it high and wide. Backed up by Mull, who comes up going extended. Sent in front. Shot. The stick saved by Peace. Lennon pulled the trick. Lackland brings it in from the corner. First middies out for Roanoke. Dubois not. Hayden taking in his spot. As Bracken dodges for in his left hand with a bounce shot. A save made by Wheeler. Ball free in front. Picked up by Hayden. Turns, fires, and scores!
Three turnovers, already in the second half. Definitely seeing the wetness of the ball. Second quarter. Affecting transition.
As Parsons looks for a lane, feeds it in front. Coretti with a shot, he scores! Going to the far side, Bracken to the near. As they're down on the clamp, which Mitchell had. Ball free towards the far side. Doobie over after it. Comes up with the GB.
And a play
Doobie
on.
finds Bracken. Look out, a 4-on-3 quickly in. As Bracken hacked that, comes for Keating with a bounce shot and a save made. Rebound, score! Better than air sign from Mitchell McShane. As he sends it away. Ball knocked free as Keating was able to pop out of the stick. St. Mary's takes it back. Keating shoulders his man to the... Stutters tries to move towards the top. As he's switched on to, gives it up for Drew Bracken. Bracken for Dubois. Dubois goes in front. Coretti with a shot. He scores!
Similar quick passing offense on man up as we do with St. Mary's.
That's Dubois. The skip pass to the top. Keating, the near side. Lackland fires. Scores! Off a nifty. As Mayberry will send it out to the top for Drew Bracken. Bracken stutters. Breaks to his right. Able to draw a quick slide from St. Mary's as he now turns back. Feeds it in front. Shot. Score! Lackland again! Goes to the normal 3-3. Behind the net. Keating. Far side Mayberry now to the top for Hayden. They flip. Dubois still with it, goes down low. Keating with a shot, he scores! Mary's ride today.
And they've been riding them pretty hard too on their clears, which has made it very difficult for St. Mary's to even get it across midfield.
It's fed in front for Coretti. He dives into the crease. Is it in? They score with it. The Snow has turned the number 2 team in the country into the 4th grade team I coached last spring. As McKenzie with a left-handed shot, he scores! Again. Mitchell plays it back to his goalie and Wheeler. Now to the near side it comes for Jan. Jan walking ahead. Shouted by Lackland. As Lackland picked off the pass. Welcome back. Nick DeSanctis here with Coach Pilot. Coach, really an interesting day altogether. We got up. There was no snow. Things were a little wet. As the day's gone on, the snow has just continued to fall. Have you ever played or coached in something like this, even being from New Jersey? Is there anything?
No, not a complete game, not a full game like this. You play a game sometimes and it snows a little bit and then it goes away. I mean, the best part of the game, I think, was halftime. It stopped snowing. For those 10 minutes, we had no snow. So, yeah, pretty incredible. I don't know if you could see a lot about the two teams here. I mean, for us to put 12 up in this weather, I think bodes well for the future. So, I think they could have scored more goals if it was better weather, too. So, hard to say what we saw out there, but I'm proud of my guys for playing hard the whole game.
What do you think was the biggest challenge for your boys out here on the snow? Because it's slippery. You can't see the lines. The ball has snow on it. The sticks are wet.
Well, as you know from covering us, we like to move the ball quickly. We like to pass the ball. Mm-hmm. We're a team-oriented game, and I'm surprised we had as many assists as we did. I'm pretty happy about that. And we led the country in assists a year ago, so we like to move the ball. And this weather really takes that away from you. It's really more conducive to a one-on-one team, which we are not. So we changed a few things. We told the guys to run a high school offense, which is give it to the big kid and everybody get the heck out of his way. So we tried that a couple times too, and that helped a little bit.
Looking at the face-offs, when I chatted with you the other day, face-offs are going to be such a big question mark coming into the season, losing, obviously, Justin too, and not to mention Keeley and Hammernick. Now you're having new guys step in, some of whom have never really done face-offs before. We saw Dubois take 2. Parsons took 1. After that, it really belongs to Satoski. He went 13-6, came up with 9 ground balls, really handled St. Mary's well at the face-off X.
Yeah, Max is a freshman. He's working hard. And, we have different guys we try, and if one guy keeps winning, we're going to stick with him. That's kind of what happened. And, Billy Cameron has been working with our face-off guys for the first 3-4 weeks of the season, so that's been a big help to us to have him in town. And he's done a great job with Max and the other face-off guys, too. And we got some other guys, too. If it's not a good matchup for Max, we got some other guys to use. But today was a great day for Max to come out and show that we can face off.
Did he come into Roanoke expecting to be one of the guys taking faceoffs?
Yeah, he came in as a midfielder from California who we knew could face off, and then we've kind of seen how good he is at facing off and really kind of made him one of our specialists at facing off. So he's kind of liking that role and going real hard. I mean, he picked up 9 ground balls today, which is probably led both teams, which is pretty impressive.
Now, we've seen you recruit from Canada, we've seen New York, Massachusetts, even Texas, but now Cali?
California, yeah, we go out there. I think Zach was out there. It's a good trip to
I
San
imagine.
Diego in December. They have a nice camp out there, and Zach usually heads out and checks it out. So we've gotten some kids out there, and I don't know if we have any coming in next year. We're still working on a couple, but it's an area we want to keep an eye on. There's some great lacrosse there.
Yeah, if you need a hand, just let me know. Now, you guys outshot St. Mary's 40-35. Traded back and forth in who led each period. They took over in the fourth, obviously, with your team having the lead, but your defense was able to stand up to the task, holding this offense to 6 goals. How do you think the team went, even with the snow, trying to get back in the rhythm of things?
I thought the D had a good overall team game. A couple letdowns here and there, but overall good. And I thought Pease made some big saves, and I think their goalie did too. But the goalies both concentrated real hard through the snow. I was pretty pleased with both efforts there. And the defense overall, team defense, I thought was pretty strong. We kept everything pretty basic. I think we only ran one defense the whole day pretty much. And I thought our man down did a good job too. I see they were 1 for 7, so that's pretty nice, pretty effective. I think they scored the first one and they didn't score again. So I thought man down played well. We put a little pressure on man down to make it so they had to run with the ball instead of pass it, which they like to do. So I thought we hurt them a little bit there.
Now, you have the week before you go up and face Kryptonite as you take on Salisbury again, coming up next Saturday. Are there any glaring holes that you saw today that you think need to be worked on in practice before you travel up to Maryland?
Well, against a team like Salisbury, if you have any weakness, they're going to exploit it. They're going to score. They're going to stop you on defense. So we just got to keep working on our game. And, Salisbury's a big game. Everybody's talking about it. Lacrosse Magazine's already called me, and Inside Lacrosse already called me. It's number 1 versus number 2 in the country, and that's big. But you know what? It's not a must situation for us. It's a learning situation. We want to learn and get better. We want to be where they are, and that's pretty hard to do. Not many teams have been able to do that, if any. So we just want to learn and get better each game, and the Salisbury game will prepare us for the ODAC games coming up. So we don't feel a lot of pressure. We're excited, the opportunity. We're excited that we're considered a top team like they are, and we're just going to keep working on our stuff, And a game like today in the snow is hard to tell what you need to work on, but we'll try to watch some of the film and see what we can get out of it and learn some things from there.
See what you can see.
Yeah, I hope so.
Coach, we appreciate taking the time to come up. Thanks again. Congratulations and good luck against Salisbury.
Thanks, Nick. See you around.
TJ Kemper and I will be right back. Welcome back to Donald J. Kerr Stadium in sunny Salem, Virginia. Rename it Snowy Salem, Virginia today. Oh, why did I just think of that at the end? All right, then. Nick DeSantis and TJ Kemper back to taking a look down the final individual stats for the Maroons, who outshot St. Mary's 40-35 in the contest. Arch Lackland finished the game with 4 goals, Creddy with 3, Hayden with 2. Colin McKenzie, Jeff Keating, and Connor Dubois each tallied 1. Jeff Keating finished the game With a game-high 3 assists, Connor Dubois had 2 helpers along with Spencer Parsons. The Maroons were led by a ways in shots by Rich Lackland, who finished with 11 shots, 10 on goal, 9 ground balls. For Max Satoski led the team, while McKenzie and Lackland each finished the game with 6. Satoski 13 and 6, so 13 of 19 at the face-off X. TJ, he really did a great job. We saw him get the clamp and win it back. We saw him push it ahead. He really was able to utilize everything to help give Roanoke possession.
I think that's one of the biggest stats in this game, is Satowski winning those face-offs. Coming in as a freshman, he's a midi. He doesn't know what he's doing. Roanoke loses 3 offensive members that are key in their face-off, which is a great part of their offense. And he just steps up, adapts to the role. And he may have done it in high school, but he's not doing it at the college level. It's the first time seeing it, and he did very well adapting to it, adapting to the snow, to the conditions, the role. Did a great job. He's a key player in this game today.
It's going to be nice to see how he continues to grow as well. And Pilot had said if someone gets hot, they're going to stick with him. So there could be 2 or 3 other guys over there on that bench that can do faceoffs we just haven't seen.
If Satowski works, let him play.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Looking at the goalie situation for Roanoke, Charlie Peace allowed 6 while making 12 saves. Another solid effort from the now sophomore netminder. For St. Mary's, Gordy Long finished with 3 goals. Dem, Mull, and Lurch each with 1, and Patrick Mull had the only assist for St. Mary's. Gordy Long led the Seahawks in shots with 8, 6 of them being on goal. Albert Mitchell took all but 2 faceoffs, and he was 8 for 20 in those opportunities. So Roanoke improves to 1-0 on the season. They have the week off before they go up to face number 1 Salisbury in a rematch of last year's NCAA semifinal. That's going to be interesting.
Should be a great game.
Absolutely. As last year really was a great game. There was a stick penalty against Troy Grogan early in the game that gave Salisbury a 3-minute non-releasable penalty. They were able to tally 3 goals on that man-up, and that really set the tempo for the game. Had that penalty not been called, I really, really would love to see how those 60 minutes would have gone. I'll definitely be watching that game on Saturday right here on my computer. Like the rest of us, not able to take the road trip up this time. Thanks to our technical director, Reed Hall, sports information director, Brad Moore. For TJ Kemper, I'm Nick DeSanctis from a snowy Salem. Have a great afternoon.